This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Okay, guys, who has practiced the last session? Respond quickly so that we can start the next session.
I did.
Okay. Harsh, right?
Mihir.
Mihir, sorry. Okay, Akshay.
Yes, sir.
I have also
Have you
practiced.
done the practicals? Okay, ma. Good. Kaush.
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, Anu. Akshay, did you practice?
Yes, sir.
Did you try this application? Okay. Anu.
Yes, sir. I practiced it.
Okay. Santosh.
Yes, sir.
Suyanka.
I downloaded. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, you can raise the questions. Otherwise, I'll continue. So what we learned in the last session is how to create a servlet and what is the background of creating servlet. I shown you by creating a simple servlet with all required resources. We manually type everything because it was the 2.5 version which is supported by web.xml concept for mapping our servlet with the URL pattern. What do you mean by URL pattern? In the HTML, when a client will select a specific text, that URL pattern will goes to server, and using that URL pattern, okay, the corresponding servlet class is executed. This is what done in the previous session. And in order to create a servlet, what we did is we created a simple class by extending generic servlet class so that your class will become a servlet. In that, there are lifecycle methods. Guys, do remember they are called as lifecycle methods. Servlet lifecycle methods are init method, service method, and destroy method. Init method is called once in the beginning of the deployment. Destroy is called at the end when the destruction happens of the server, servlet from the server. Service frequently calls whenever a client make a request to the web application, guys. So this is the history we did before in the last session. And when I click on here with the help of web.xml, and we could call this particular servlet, guys. Let me do one thing. After this, exactly in the servlet, what we did, we just printed a simple system.out.println message. Boss, we are not dealing with a simple core Java or basic project or program. We are dealing with a web application. And you know that every web application response comes to the browser, not to the console like this. We should be able to see the output in the browser, not in the console, guys. So if you want to see the output in the browser, okay, in the browser, how to show the output in the browser, that is another question mark. Okay, now for today, I'm removing these two methods because as I already explained about these two methods in the last session. But right now, what is the exact method in every servlet we should have? Service method is like a main method which runs our code. So we'll write some code which displays the output not in the console, okay, rather than console in the browser. Boss, if you want to send your output to the browser, response is the object for responsible. In the response object, we should prepare our output. Request object brings output, brings the data from the client to the servlet. If client submits data, that will be available in request object. If servlet give the output back to the client, that should be in the response object. Guys, do remember. Now I want to send the output to the client, so I need to prepare the response object. Like you say set content type, guys. Dot set content type. This is the method where you will specify what type of data you are sending to the browser. Guys, this is called as like a pre-intimation to the browser. Okay, what type of data or what type of output we are going to the browser, we need to intimate before. So I am sending a HTML code or normal text in my response object as my response to the client browser. The second process, if you want to write output, I mean you need to write the HTML code. Can you write directly HTML? Will that goes to the response? No. In Java program we can't write the HTML, guys. If you want to write the HTML in Java program, you should have a specific writer for it, not system.out.println. System.out.println will display output on the console, whereas if you want to write HTML code, you need separate writer for it. So I'm going to create the writer with the response object only. Like print writer is a class available in Java which can create an object of import first, an object of output, and that comes from the response. I mean using response object method, get writer method, you can create the object of print writer. These are the things we need to specify for each and every servlet whichever wants to give the output back to the client, guys, in the browser. So now what, guys, if you look at it, statement JDBC code st equals to con.create statement. Do you remember this code? Okay, what do you mean by this? So statement, after this, if you say st dot execute update or execute query, select query, database query, select insert update, whatever. Okay, insert whatever the query you write inside this. Okay, it will go through connection. What is the relation between the query going through connection? Because it is the query is written under the method called execute update. Execute update is the part of statement object, and statement object is created from connection object. Guys, do remember, when statement is created from the connection method, okay, if you write something, will that go through connection or not? Yes. Similarly, okay, if you say something like out.print some HTML code, will that goes to response or not? This HTML goes through response or not? Is there any relationship between this print and this response or not, guys? When you execute the query,
Yes.
it will go through connection to the database. Similarly, when you write some HTML code, exactly it will reach to the response. Response is nothing but it will go back to the client's browser. Who sent this response to the client browser? Servlet container. You remember yesterday I told servlet container will convert this response object into HTTP response and send through network. Okay, from the server machine to client machine. Now, guys, After you got the out object, this out you can use not system.out in order to write the HTML code. Okay, now let me write some basic HTML code. Out.println. For any HTML, you write that only. Yes, HTML body bg color equals red, text equals yellow, or bg color yellow, text equals red, and heading level 1, center, class center, heading level 1 means it is a type of font, size of the font. Hello servlet or welcome to hello servlet. Then close the body, close the HTML, close the body, close the HTML. Guys, my output page is ready. Whenever this servlet is being called by any client, okay, if any client is making a request to call this servlet will this welcome message. Guys, let us see this output. I just go back to the HTML and I run the code. Yeah. Now click, see the output, guys. This output page is generated by servlet. So servlet is what? What is the use of servlet? To generate the dynamic web pages. Whenever client make a request, based on the request, it generates dynamic web pages. Guys, do remember, why servlet? Why servlet?
To request dynamic web page.
To request the connection.
To extend
Web page.
No. In order to generate the dynamic web pages, we use the servlet. Servlet's job is creating new web. Guys, you sit on the website like IRCTC or flight reservation, any, okay, any sites, and you make a request, okay, US to India flight. Okay, then what happens? Based on the request, it will give you number of flights available on that particular day, correct? So who will prepare the page for you, which you make a request? Because every person will make a different requests now. Somebody will make a request for US to, okay, India. Somebody make a request for US to maybe London or UK, maybe some Australia. Okay, different countries from India to abroad, anything. So based on the request, there in the web page there should be some software or program who generates our pages based on the information. It will collect the information from the database and prepare a page displayed on the screen. Similarly, the job of creating this new web pages for the client, who is preparing the web pages, guys? Servlet is using HTML. So the job of servlet is what? Preparing the dynamic web pages for the client's request. This is the program. This is the main role of servlet. And always servlet's method, either service method or any method in the servlet, always takes two parameters: request parameter, response parameter. Here it is servlet request, servlet response. So request that contains data coming from client, response that contains output going to the browser. So whenever you want to send the output, you need to prepare the response object. Okay, guys, this is what we did. I want to do it more. What? I will add one more HTML, hi HTML, for example. Or else, let me do one thing. I will rename this HTML with a name called index dot or any name, home. rather than specific name. I call this index.html. In the index.html, I just break, I copy, paste one more link. Okay, go to hello servlet, go to hi servlet. Guys, you understand? I'm going to create one more servlet. URL pattern. I mean, whenever you click on this URL pattern will go to servlet. Whenever you click on this particular URL pattern goes to the servlet. Okay, guys. Guys, is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now let us see. One already we created servlet for this link. Is it running? Yes, it is running. Let me check once. There are two links now. Hello is working fine. Similarly, I want hi also to be worked. Okay. Yeah. Now you people will guide me what to do next. If I click, I want this servlet to be executed. What should I do?
Create a class called Hi Servlet.
Yes. I will create one more. Right click on the page. New class. Yeah. What is the class? Hi servlet. Do you need main method? No.
No.
Yeah. Is it a servlet, guys? No. You should say extends generic servlet. Correct? Extend generic servlet. Then you need to import it. Yeah. After what happens, it will give you error here. Why? Add an implemented methods. Which method? Which method? Service method. Yes, we got the service method automatically. Now what to do? Write some code, whatever you want to display. What is the first code? I want to display welcome to hi page. So first of all, the best practice is rename this. This is not good name. Request, make the second argument as a response. Change these names. Then I don't need to worry about request now because client is not sending any data to me. Now I'll just worry for response. Dot set content type. What is the response? Text or HTML? Guys, this is important in every servlet. First line of code is response dot set content type. Next, print writer. Print writer out equals to response dot get writer. I already told you this is what we need to write. Yeah, after these two lines in JDBC also there are common lines. Guys, advanced Java is very easy if you understand. What is that in JDBC? Class dot per name, get connection, both are common lines. Then creating statement or preparing statement, executing statement. This is the common line. Guys, nothing complex in JDBC and servlet. There might be bit extra code, but if you understand thoroughly, okay, the conceptually it will be very easy and simple. Guys, do remember comparatively core Java and basics. It is very easy to understand advanced Java, but follow regularly, practice regularly, it will be very easy. Otherwise it will become a very complex. So now they see I wrote this. What yeah, dot print in HTML code. Okay, so copy, paste, or else let me do one thing. Once I already wrote, why should I repeat the same thing again? I'll just copy and paste everything what I wrote so that I can save the time. Paste it here and welcome to not hello page, just simply hi page. That's it. Guys, I hope you understand what exactly I'm doing. Do you think will that work or not? Let me go and check. Am I missing anything?
Yes.
What I am missing? It is working fine. What I am missing? It is
Configure in
not working
HTML,
fine. Why?
XML.
Yes. This we need to configure in XML, web.xml. What is the URL pattern, guys? Copy this URL. Go to web.xml. And where you will write this? This is the all configuration related to what? One servlet. Similarly, you need to write one more. Guys, only these things always you need to change for each servlet. Servlet mapping, servlet section, servlet mapping, servlet section. Here in the URL pattern, hi, replace hi everywhere. Don't be confused. Just keep it very simple. Name is hi. Don't forget to put slash here in the URL pattern. Always is mandatory. Yeah. So whenever you hit this first request, where is that? HTML. Yeah. Hi servlet. In the web.xml, it will try to map the servlet. Yes, hi is there. Then it will collect the name and go and search in the servlets. Is it mapping? No. Is it mapping? Yes. Then it will execute this. When you go to index and hit this request, then it will go to the web.xml. First, it will go and search this. Is it mapping? No. Then it will go other URL pattern mapping. Yes. It will collect the name and it will go to the servlet. Yes, it is matching here. Then it will execute this. This is the flow, guys. So I told you yesterday that first session would be difficult, but when it comes to second session, I hope everybody can easily understand what I am doing. And I'm repeating the same thing whatever we did yesterday. You know, everything is fine. Hello servlet is working fine. Hi servlet is also working fine. Okay, if you want to change anything in different servlets, hi servlet, I want to change the background, not yellow. I want to make it pink and I will make it blue. Then run it again from the beginning. Always run the HTML, guys. Always run the HTML. Client always views HTML page. Whenever you click on Facebook, you will see HTML page. From there only you will select. When you go to restaurant, first a menu will be given. Based on the menu, you will select the recipe. Similarly, one menu should come and from there you select where you want to go. Yes, welcome to hello, welcome to hi message. See guys, different messages. Yeah. Now we are done with the entire creation of the web using servlet concept. So respond, everybody is clear or not? Each and everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can I expect that everybody got clarity and they can do the practicals? So this is one way of creating servlet. No? I hope it is easy, difficult. I don't mind about it, but this is one way. The next way we are going to create the servlet in very easiest possible way. You also create separate projects. Don't mix all projects together. Follow me exactly what I am doing. Okay. So now I have done with the basic introduction. It's not basic, it's entire servlet. It's entire servlet, guys. This is only the thing I told you. Now I am going with the case study. I mean, I'll start a case study, okay, where you will add everything, including login, registration, everything we are going to add. Okay, so I want everybody who started servlet successfully, don't leave a single session or don't be late for the single session, so that you can understand each and every module of the project, because I'm going to add each and every feature of servlet, JSP, everything to the same project. I'm not going to create a new projects. I'm going to create one application, complete case study. So just take care. Okay, it's better if you can start practicals as soon as, don't get delay. So now what to do? Dynamic web project. Yes, select the dynamic web project. the web project name is EMP Web App Employee Web Application, and it is not the 2.5 version. I am taking 3 latest version, 3 or 3.1, no issue. When you go next, there will not be generated web.xml, guys. Do remember the previous version contains web.xml. Don't include the web.xml in the latest one which we are going to start now. Guys, do remember, do you have web.xml in the WebINF? No web.xml. If you have web.xml, server errors would come. Make sure there should not be web.xml. Boss, how is it possible without web.xml? I'll show you. Okay, I'll start the modules. First module is login module. In any web application, we see login module. Every user logins. So we'll also start from the login module. Okay, in the web app, I'll start with the HTML. Anything we need to start with HTML. So I'll call this a login.html, guys. Yeah, in the login.html, we need to enter some values, guys. Always, which values you submit in the login form? Which values you enter the login form?
Username,
User
password.
ID password.
Yes, very good. Enter login ID, or you call it as user ID, and there should be a text box. Input type equals text box, name equals login ID. Give a name for the text box. Break. So it will come to the next line. Guys, whenever you have text boxes, command buttons, always you should start with the form tag. To remember, form tag is mandatory. Form tag only can carry your data which you enter in the text boxes to the destination. Like anchor tag without text, form tag with the text. If the client is entering some data, don't forget to go with the form tag. If client is just clicking and selecting a website, then go to the anchor tag. These only two things are there. In any web page you go and search, whenever you browse, you will see either form or just clicking. Okay, similarly we go with the form tag because I need login ID, password, data to be entered. Okay now, so login ID, copy, paste. What you need more? Password. Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a password. Why I give password? It will be invisible. Yeah, enter password. Enter password. Yeah, I'm taking username and password. After that, you need to press a button. So I'll design input type equals a button called submit button. Do remember. And the caption in the submit button value equals, the caption looks like login. Okay, login. That's all, guys. I have designed my form with login ID, password, and submit button. Is that clear, guys?
Yeah.
Once you click on submit button, okay, the request should go to servlet, right? The request should go to a servlet, right? Similarly, there will be action. There will be action. And there will be a method. There are two attributes, action and method attribute. Initially, method type is get method I wrote, and action means what? Whenever you click on button, this action will be performed and one URL pattern sent to the servlet. I mean, which servlet you want to execute, you need to place here. Guys, compare the previous project. Yeah. See, whenever you click on this text, it will go to servlet with URL pattern, right? I mean, you are going to hello servlet. Similarly, whenever you are clicking button inside the form, immediately this action will be performed and it will call a servlet called login servlet. This is the URL pattern. You understand the difference between anchor tag and form tag, guys? Whenever you need to click a text, go with anchor tag and then send it to a servlet. Whenever you need to read the text, then go to servlet, then use the form tag. Guys, yeah. So how this action will be performed when? Because whenever you click a submit button, this action, and you need to create the servlet. Now tell me what is the job of this servlet, guys? What is the job of this servlet according to your knowledge? So let me create a servlet first. Go to SRC, new package, form, new package, form.web. I give the package, anything you can give, no issue. But I generally use to give the name as com.web. In that, I'm not going to create a class like before. Okay, I'm not typing manually all the servlet. I am going to use the predefined servlet option in the Eclipse, guys. There is already a servlet is there. Click on this, select the name of the class, login servlet, then just say finish. Don't do anything, guys. Don't do anything. Don't even text next. See, this is the servlet automatically created. Don't be confused. I'll remove all the things. I'll keep something for you. Everything you delete, I will show you what to keep. I will not show what to delete. I'll show you what to keep. Then it will be very clear for you. Except these two methods, guys. Do get method, do post method. Except these two methods, don't keep any lines and keep one this line, web servlet line. That's it. So do remember, after you create a servlet, first remove everything except these lines and make sure do post is calling internally do get this method. Why I will tell you everything. Okay. Yes. Look at this. In the servlet, there can be service method or there can be do get or do post methods. Do remember this point. So before in the servlet, we use the service as your choice, no problem. But either you can go with the service method or else you can write the do get method or do post or both method. Generally, every servlet should keep both methods. I will tell you why. You write your code in one of these methods, guys. Why? Because if the client make a request like get request, the request goes to do get. If the client make a post request, the request goes to post, guys. The request either goes to get request or post request. I'll show you what is the get request and post request also. Don't worry about it. But any request coming from client must first reach to service method. From the service only it will decide where to go, do get or do post. But did you write the service in your servlet, guys? No, I directly write the do get and do post. Then from where the service is coming into picture? Tell me. Look at this. There are several ways. I used which servlet? HTTP servlet in order to go with do get and do post. HTTP servlet is the child for generic servlet. Means all the methods of generic servlet also available in HTTP servlet. Along with some new servlets method also there, do get, do post, do put methods. And as well as we have service methods also. Means if you write the code in any of the service method, service is directly called. If you write the code in do get or do post, internally first this service method is called, from this service is called, from this service then it will decide whether it goes to do get or do post based on the request, guys. What is the difference between this service and this service? This is so generic service, this is HTTP service, guys. Okay. Hello guys, can you hear my voice?
Yep.
Hello.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. See. Yeah. Okay. So now you understand now. Either you go with the do get or do post, but the request always goes to service. If you write directly service method, your service method is called. If you write directly do get, do post or any do put any methods, then first the request goes to service. From the service it will go to HTTP service, and from HTTP internal it will call the do get or do post, because your class contains all these methods internally. We are overriding only two methods, do get. What is HTTP servlet request, HTTP servlet response? Because in the previous we saw servlet request, servlet response. Now we are looking into HTTP. So this request HTTP servlet, generic servlet. The difference is generic servlet can receive any of the request, HTTP request, SMTP request, FTP request. Many types of requests are there. Okay, many protocols are there. HTTP is hypertext transmission protocol, which deals with our normal websites and deals with the data. And if you use generic servlet, what is the problem? Unnecessarily memory is wasted. We are not dealing with other protocols. We are dealing with HTTP protocols. Then why should we worry about all the protocols? So better practice in creating servlet is using HTTP servlet rather than generic servlet, guys. Are you clear why I'm using HTTP? So here if you look at it, HTTP servlet request, HTTP servlet response, yes. Then why the errors are coming here? Guys, why the errors are coming?
Library.
So you should give the import. You should give the import, correct? Why you are not getting import? I already told you in the beginning session. You need to attach the server to your project. I created a new project, so I did not attach this Apache Tomcat from my Eclipse to my project. So go to build path, configure build path. There is no Apache Tomcat. So add a library, server runtime, select this project. Now you got this. Say okay, all errors are gone. Guys, everything is cool. Yes. Now, do you see web.xml in this project? No. Why? Because there is no need of web.xml. The latest version uses annotations. What do you mean by this? So it is replacing your entire web.xml configuration. So whenever you make a request like a login servlet, now it will automatically go to the matching servlet and execute this directly. No need to worry about web.xml. Guys, I told you in the very beginning session, you may be feeling very difficult, but when you go to the further sessions, you will enjoy the coding. This is what automatic servlet to be created. Yes or no? But why I told web.xml, it is also important in future or any of your future references or any other frameworks when you are learning in future. It will be useful for you. You should have a knowledge of web.xml or XML files also. See guys, in the login servlet, I already created. If I hit this request, it will go to login servlet, and also it is carrying some data from login page. So now tell me, what is the job of this servlet? What do you think? What is the job of this servlet, guys?
No, it converts all our input into.
When you submit this page by entering some user ID password, it should reach to this. Then what you will do here? What will you do here?
some service, do business logic.
Yes. You have to check the username password given by the client and give the appropriate message, success or failure. Yes or no? Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you know what the client has entered the data? Means the data entered by the client is in the request object, correct? So I take this request object, guys. Now we are using request object. From the request object, how will you get the data? Data means he is given two values, login ID and password. One's text box name is login ID, other text box name is password, guys. So request dot, there is a method called get parameter. Request dot get parameter. What is the name of the first text box? Login ID. So it will pull the data which you enter in the first text box login ID and store in a string login ID. This is the way you need to pull the data coming from client in the servlet, guys, and store in a variable. Now the data coming from password text box, I'll pull it and store in the variable called password. So this is the way how you read the parameters from the client. Reading parameters from client. Guys, are you able to listen me clearly?
Yeah.
Everyone? So this
Yeah.
is the way you remember. These points are fixed points, guys. There are nothing more lines to be learned in servlet. Very few lines are there. Very few lines, few topics are there in servlet, guys. Okay. So just concentrate every topic. Reading data, what it's a Java code. Now you know what to do. I want to check what he is entered in login ID and password. How will you check? If condition, if login ID dot equals ignore case, you know that it's normal Java code, right? Okay, what do you want to check? I want to check if he entered HR or HR. Okay, employee. In employee, who deals with employee? HR. So I'll check password also. I want HR. If he is given login ID, password HR, I assume that guy is HR. Okay. So now I will say I'll consider him as a successful. So I want to print a message. How to print a message, guys? Again, we'll go back to the previous servlet. Rather than typing, I'll just take it from the previous servlet in order to avoid the unnecessary timing, waste of timing. So let me take this whole code response and all, copy and paste it over there. Yeah, I told you response is mandatory when you want to send some output to the client. Yes or no? Request is mandatory when you want to retrieve the data from the client. Here what? Preparing response, send output to client. Yes, that's all. The response dot set content type and get the print writer, then print message. Welcome to where? HR home page. Just say welcome to HR home page. That's okay. This comes under if condition, right? I'll also put else. Else what? No need of this. Sorry guys, these are common. HTML common. These are common. HTML is common, right? Yes. Body. Yeah, this is one HTML throughout HTML. No, all HTMLs. Okay, here I can use red body, green body, or green body message. Green. Here I will use red text. Okay, here I say key. Sorry. invalid credentials. Okay, anything else? Nothing. Yeah, guys, let me check and see what is happening over there. Is it working or not? Without web.xml, is it working or not? Let me give HR output. See, welcome to HR homepage. Guys, is working fine my servlet? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Early I'll give Pasha some XYZ. Sorry, invalid credentials. Guys, look at this and practice everyone. I want everybody should able to answer everything when I ask the things tomorrow. So we started with the login module and we keep on adding many features to the login module into Realstic. If you understand basic like this, yeah, I'm not going to create one more project, guys. You create 2 projects and keep on adding every day new features to the EMP web app. First you practice with servlet demo and complete, then you start with EMP. Shall I close? Everybody got clarity or any questions? Anybody? Now see, we don't have web.xml, only HTML directly servlet. I will explain what is do get and do post everything tomorrow clearly. Don't worry about it, guys. First you understand the flow and understand how to create a project in a second option. First option, second option. In 2 ways you should be able to create the servlets. So can I expect by tomorrow everybody will be able to complete the second project login module?
Yes, sir.
It would be better if you can do it, guys. Okay, so later if you start and you will get some server problems, other problems, so rather than wasting our time, session time and your time, when we are going into C topic, you are at A topic, so that will not match. So better you people practice and tomorrow start practicing. So be up to date. Okay, chalo guys, see you tomorrow. Bye guys.
Yes, sir.